Okay, today we are going to be creating a map of water source. Now what's important for this project is that you have done your research first, and this map will be a visual component to the information that you find. In doing the research for my own personal water history, I found out that where I grew up in the town of Cedar Falls, Iowa, we got our water from underground aquifers. An aquifer is an underground layer of permeable rock or fractures and caverns and other consolidated materials where groundwater can be extracted using water wells. This rock is about 375 to 440 million years old, and it consists of dolomite and limestone rock. Now, the first thing you want to do after you've done your research is find a map and do your best to draw the outlined shape of your map. This line is called a contour line. A contour line is just simply a line which defines the form or the edge or the outside shape. And what's kind of cool about Iowa is that the east side here is actually defined by a river called the Mississippi River, and the western edge is defined by a portion of the Big Sioux and the Missouri River. Again, do your best to just draw your map, your area. You might draw it a few times and then choose your favorite one. I'm going to label it here. This is Iowa. So now I'm going to think about the aquifers that are under the ground. So I'm going to have to show that in a way where I explain it later with a map key or a legend. So first I'm going to draw in the two aquifers that run underground, the rock that's underground. These two aquifers are called the Silurian and the Devonian aquifers. And again, these rocks are under the ground at various depths, and there are certain places where this water actually reaches the surface in a spring. You can drink the water right out of the rocks. It's kind of cool. I remember doing that in some of these northeastern areas while hiking or going out into the forest. So this is a little circle here. That's where I grew up. That's Cedar Falls, and I'm going to draw these other little circles. These are going to symbolize the wells. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to color in these shapes, and then I will label them later off to the side in my legend. So this bigger circle represents where I grew up, and I'm going to use this purple color to symbolize the wells, the water wells that reach down into the aquifers. You can include as much information as you want. I'm really trying to keep this one simple. And now I'm just going to quickly color in these areas. Again, this one is the Silurian aquifer, and I will label those according to these colors. It's important that you use different colors or different shapes so that when people are looking at your map, they can use the legend to decipher the information. I'm using a colored pencil for the Devonian aquifer. I'm just going to use this marker. You can use any color that you want. Try not to repeat colors. That might be confusing when you go to create your map legend or your map key. All right. So I'm going to keep these different colors handy also because I need to use them again for the legend. So I'm really focusing on this little area here, so I'm just going to draw a little circle around here. And next I'm going to make a little area, I'm going to make a little box, and this is going to be my information, my legend. So the first one here is, again, where I grew up, Cedar Falls. That's the red circle. And then I'm just going to write in my legend what that red graphic symbol represents, which is Cedar Falls, Iowa. Next we have these water wells, and they are going to be purple. So I have to make my purple circle here and write in water wells. The last two things I will put in my legend here are the two separate aquifers, the different rock layers. This one is the Silurian. And then the Devonian. Now you might have different types of water source, so it's up to you to be creative on how you make your map. You might have rivers, you might have fresh water sources from mountains, but again, the research that you do is going to drive all of the information that you put onto your map. I'm just going to label this legend. And then one other symbol I'm going to put on my map is going to be my compass, my northeast, southwest compass. All right, so for my map, for my water source area, I'm pretty much done. There's plenty of information here, and I have a legend here which explains the graphic symbols that I've placed on my map. I'm just going to label it one more little label here that says water source map so that we know what we're looking at here. All right, you guys, looking forward to seeing everyone's water source map. Have fun.